Well, hi there. I have a fantastic story for you about manifestation. I am finishing writing my next book series, and so this morning I was writing about this, and I thought, what a perfect topic for today's video. So, it is about the manifestation of this meditation hut that I sit in every week to bring you messages about energy around us and in us, and that joy is our birthright, and we have every right to try to manifest and see how it goes, the life of our dreams. So the way the manifestation hut came to be was I was running a meditation circle in my community for about 7 years. And so we were at I would rent different locations like the library in town or the Anglican church. And then finally we were upstairs above a business, above a gift shop. And all the while I would lug around my bag of goods to do the session. So that would be battery operated candles, my meditation bowl, my books, and some stopping to smell the flowers merchandise in case people wanted to partake in my traveling bookshop. And I started to get tired of carrying all this stuff around. Every week I'd pack it up, carry it over, and I'd try to carry all 3 bags at once, and felt a lot like Santa walking into the venues. And I thought, I wish for a building on my own property where when I get home from work, I have supper, and when sessions are on, I just wander on out through the back door with my cup of tea, and away we go. And so I started to research what kind of structures could one buy, perhaps on a bit of a limited budget. I mean, let's face it, when you have kids and you're raising a family, buildings are expensive. So I did a little bit of research and realized what I needed was a shed, which we're going to call a she shed. And so I got a couple of quotes from a few places and decided on the local place that I wanted to buy it from. And they worked with me to design it so that it did look not just like a shed, but it was inviting. So we have, I forget what they're called. Let's call them French doors. Like the doors are glass panes so you can see out. There's 3 windows other than the glass doors. It smells delicious in here. It smells of cedar. Anyway, so I worked with this business, and they quoted me how much it would cost and what the delivery date was. And I remember thinking, yes, this is what I want. So I'm placing my order, like even not just with the universe, but with this company. And then I remember I returned back home, and then I started to think, and this is where a lot of us go a little off center with manifesting. I started to think, what did I just do? Wait, what? And that's just the ego keeping you safe. Because if we rewind the tape back to when I knew what I wanted and I felt happy, that's how you manifest, okay? So I remember sitting in my backyard, and I went and measured like the measurements of the building and exactly what corner of the yard it would go in, which way it would face. Again, still visualizing, still dreaming as a really big part of the manifestation process. And then I went and sat just on the wood of my back deck and just from a distance looked at the backyard where the meditation hut was going to go. And I remember it was like a pause. I wouldn't even say there was a lot of emotions in that pause, but I remember thinking, the clothesline will have to come down. The roof will be right there and the clothesline's there. We'll have to take the clothesline down. It was just like a matter of fact, factual thing that would need to happen. And then I went in to get the laundry from the washing machine to hang on the line. And I brought the basket out, set it down, put up the very first piece of clothing, very gently touched the clothesline. And the clothesline went whoosh, and fell down all in a straight line on the ground. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not just manifesting here, I'm getting communication back. Something cleared the way. This clothesline we'd been using for decades. So I'm like, then the emotion, then I'm overjoyed. I'm like, something's supporting me in this endeavor. And I'm not sure if it was that day or a few days later, I remember thinking, manifesting, but I don't want to put this purchase of this meditation hut on my credit card. It's possible. I could have done that, but I didn't want to. I'm like, it costs this much, and then I put it on my credit card and slowly pay it back as it gains interest. No, I don't want the meditation hut to be a burden in any way. So then we start to pull in the emotions. I want the meditation hut to start giving to me right away so that I can give to others. And so we were getting closer and closer to the day the meditation hut is going to be delivered. And then it was delivered. And I still maintained that I did not want to put the payment on my credit card. So I remember saying to the company, would you accept a personal check? And they said yes. And so, I mean, the way I'm telling this story, it's a true story, is sometimes manifestations can get down to the wire. Oh, the meditation hut is on my property. Now it's time to pay, universe. And wouldn't you know it, this was, get ready, buckle in. This was so fantastic. Not just because it happened, but because when we manifest and we allow it to come, we feel so much love for ourselves. We feel like something's loving us, and something is outside of us that we're actually connected to is loving us, but we're also loving us and we're letting it in. Wouldn't you know, I checked the mailbox and there was a check for the exact amount of the meditation hut. I kid you not. I remember showing it to my husband going, and the check was in his name. It was for something else that was going on in our lives. But it was the exact amount, and we both looked at each other and we knew this check was for the meditation hut. So let's review the steps along the way. Isn't that funny? There's steps to manifesting. I'm going to add, they are steps with emotions. Okay? So my emotion was, I don't want to carry my meditation stuff around in my bags and feel like Santa anymore. So I set an intention that I wanted to feel freedom. Walk out my back door and head on over to the session. Didn't have to drive anywhere. So the emotion as part of what you're visualizing is important. I don't want to say it's the reason why, that the emotion is the reason why you want the manifestation. The emotion added to what you want just speeds up the process. And then I was playing. I was measuring in the backyard. Where would it go? Would it face this way? Would those glass doors face this way? Would the glass doors face that way? And then realized the clothesline needed to come down. And the clothesline needing to come down wasn't a problem. It was just a fact or an observation. It was like a, I like that clothesline. I wonder what my new clothesline will look like and where will it be? But change was coming. So there's a little bit of acceptance. And then with the part of the manifestation where I did not want to actually technically pay for the meditation hut, that one took a little longer to roll in, but it rolled in. Why? How? I let go. I even let the building come to to my property, still waiting to not pay for it. Full belief in the process, letting go. And here we are today. I record these videos to you in the meditation hut. This is where I hold group sessions and one-to-one sessions. One-to-one sessions can also be done virtually. So if you're interested in this kind of work, take a look at my website, stoppingtosmelltheflowers.com, and I outline 2 one-to-one sessions that are available. One of them is called an energy upgrade, and the other one is called the light work. So if you're interested in shifting your life and learning about how to make things a little bit better, bit by bit, check out my books, Stopping to Smell the Flowers series. Check out my website, stoppingtosmelltheflowers.com. And as always, as we always hear, if you like this video, if you put a comment, if you share it, if you subscribe, you're helping me. You're helping boost my confidence. You're helping my joy. You're helping other people see this material. So thank you so much for being here. Happy manifesting. Remember, emotions are a big part of it, and letting go.